I really want to fight the base amoebas. You think I should take them on? They've got 783
Yeah, yeah,
power.
they're 783. You've got 1100. Show those conscienceless space whales who's boss.
Oh my god, I feel a bit like...
Like you're a space whale hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't feel like the good guy anymore.
The monster is you.
Okay, oh shit, I'm paused. I wonder why nothing was happening. Okay. Oh, borders closed. Whoa, stop. Okay, so borders closed. Diplomatic communication with... We have allowed you to move about freely in our territory for too long. Today we draw the line. Oh boy.
So now that we've declared them as our rivals, they have closed their borders to us, and we've closed our borders to them. Which means your science ships can't go through their territory, and their science ships can't go through your territory.
Oh no. Okay, so we've got a new tradition available. So that opens up a lot of cans of worms.
Yeah, we have a lot of cans of worms now.
Okay.
So, we can go for Supremacy, which is the combat tree to sort of prepare ourselves for battling those evil space guinea pigs.
Right.
We could choose Expansion. I right out sort of initially think that Expansion's not a good idea just because this is a tiny galaxy. You know, if we were in a medium galaxy or a large galaxy and we still had this share of the galaxy's sort of size, I would say that that's probably as big as we're going to get. So let's play off of that assumption and assume that this is as big as we're going to get.
Yeah.
We don't need Expansion. Domination is good for a very niche government style. If you sort of have a lot of vassals, the domination tree is giving you sort of more vassal options. Prosperity is sort of, money. It's the money tree. Prosperity is, it increases your maintenance costs in terms of energy for things. It gives you the ability to pay less for things. Harmony is more of a unity-oriented tree. I think it's very good, but I think that there are usually better options. Harmony tree is typically the third or fourth tradition tree I go down. It's mostly concerned with happiness.
Supremacy. Okay, we're going to go for it, boys. Supremacy it is.
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
So for unlocking the tree itself, you get a bonus, don't you? And then each individual one, you get more. Okay, I get it.
Yep, you get a adoption effect, which is as soon as you take that tradition, you get it. And you'll notice that for this one, it's borders, so your borders are going to expand immediately. And the finish, you get an adoption effect, a finishing effect for finishing everything in it, and effects for each tree.
And then you get to unlock another thingy mabobby for unlocking the whole tree, don't you?
Exactly.
I get it. Oh, we're gonna kill the space amoebas.
Yes.
Okay. So they've declared their arrival of us as well now.
Yep. That usually happens when you declare somebody your rival. There are bonuses for declaring someone a rival, so you're getting more influence. More than the AI is sort of programmed to, co-rival you. So if you rival them, they'll rival you back immediately just for those bonuses.
Oh, pew pew pew! Kill the space sperm.
Yes. Show them the power of your space prophylactics.
It's very pretty. It's like a firework display.
Oh man, when you get different weapons, it's pretty epic.
Oh, we killed him, man. Man, I don't feel like a good guy. Man, we barely even took any damage.
Yeah, the space sperm don't have a very good job of piercing your shields.
Yeah, evidently so. We've got another rare tech here, synchronized defense, and then we've got planetary shields as well.
Planetary shields are a waste of time and breath and
defending. What the hell's that all about? Defending.
Yeah, and actually it takes up a building slot, and the building slot doesn't even really stop anything. It's awful. It is an awful tech.
This shield one looks
trying
good.
to rectify
This
in the
shield
next
one
patch.
looks.
Yeah, shield is the only choice here.
Yeah, okay, cool. Heritage site is finished. We've got a biolab. Oh, we've seen that 1,000 times. Cheaper war demands. Interstellar campaigns. Upkeep minus 10%. And we can also build a military academy. Improve
Okay, so what we're looking at here is cheaper war demands. War in this game is exactly like war in all Paradox games. You're gonna have when war breaks out, you'll choose your sort of goals, or if you're declaring war, you're choosing what your goals for the war are. You know, whether you want to vassalize them, or you want to humiliate them, or you want to claim their stuff. It's just like every Paradox game.
Cool.
You don't have to go with what you wanted. It is just cheaper to do what it is that you said you were gonna do.
What was that? Sorry, what was that?
I was just saying that war in this game is exactly like war in every Paradox game.
Oh, okay. I'm with you. Sorry, I'm zoned out. Yeah, so there's also atmospheric filtering plus 5% habitability. Is that like a slow way moving towards inhabiting more planets? Is that
precisely? It is habitability plus 5 as a passive bonus. Your people are all going to be 5% better suited to live on planets.
Okay. So when it shows this planet at 60%, does that move it to 65? Is that what it means?
Yes.
Oh my god, they got a long way to go, haven't we?
Oh yeah. Now, 60% habitability doesn't mean you can't live on it. That just means that the cap for happiness for the pops living on that planet is 60% or 65% with atmospheric filtering.
Well, if that's the case, then let's colonize this baby.
Let's make this water world.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Okay, that's good. So we have to select a location to put our dudes, don't we? What was your mindset behind this? What would you usually go for?
I like to sort of maximize the adjacency bonuses, with also not covering up a tile that might be useful. So since your capital can only generate energy, a little energy in Unity, I'll usually try and put it on an energy square with the most adjacent things to give it a bonus to.
Oh, there we
go. It will not give you a bonus to science, and it will not give you a bonus to anything that is building related. So if you put it on that 2 energy, like I think you're sort of edging towards, that wouldn't be an awful choice because you'd get a bonus of 2, the food and the 2 food squares adjacent. But if you put it 1 south of that at the blank square, you get a bonus to both of those energy.
I see.
Science. So in this case, while it's deceptive, while you'd think you'd have 4 squares bonus for placing on the energy square, you're actually going to get a 2 square bonus.
I'm confused.
And if you put it on the blank, well, what are you confused about?
How do I put it on?
You have to choose. So you see where it says colonize from? You have to choose one of those 2 worlds. Because there's a drop down contextual arrow there.
And then you have to drag it over. Oh, yeah.
So the reason for that is because later in the game, those populations might not be the same. You may have, did some gene modifications. You might have, one of those populations may have gained a trait from something on the planet that they discovered. So if you send that planet that has discovered, euphoric gases, they might take those gases with them for good or ill. So you don't have to be like overly cautious of what population you're sending, but you do have to both choose a specific population and be mindful of what that population is.
Interesting. It says the president's gained skill. What does that even do for me?
So it depends ultimately on what that leader is. Leader skill. All leaders at the beginning of the game can be level 1 through 5. Scientists that are higher level research faster, survey faster, do anomalies faster. Admirals shoot faster and give like more shield regeneration to their fleets. Governors give more happiness bonuses and efficiency bonuses to the sectors to which they are assigned as governors. And for your base leader, I'm relatively certain that it gives you relationship benefits to other races in diplomacy, as well as make the traits that they give you, like more minerals, more efficient. Your leader having high skill ultimately doesn't matter, except for very specific circumstances that in a democracy is not going to be, you're not going to be affected by it.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
It is actually a whole lot more important if you're a dictatorship or a monarchy, where your sort of leadership bonuses go towards your offspring who are going to take over leadership.
Do we become a monarchy?
No. Because you are a fanatic egalitarian, you must be democratic.
Oh, so what was the change government button then? What does that actually do?
An advanced form of democracy. There are several democracies, but they're all democracies. Oh no, the scientist on the Cortez died from old age.
So old. I went for the cheaper guy because he was young as well.
Exactly. Younger, cheaper, everything about that is good because those other guys suck.
Yeah, they're not. Well, they're not so. They're just not. They're not the right man for the job.
I think someone's been reading too much erotic fiction.
Maybe. Maybe I'm into that, huh? Maybe I'm into that, huh?
Maybe you're playing the right race.
Oh, the terraform. Is that they're asking for? I guess terraforming liquids might be a big deal. Is there a reason why they keep asking for it?
They're asking for it because they want it. The AI is sort of hard coded to get whatever it can. You know, I guarantee that they do not have the tech to terraform, but you have it to. You have multiples, which means it's literally doing nothing for you. And other races want something, and so they'll usually try and get it from you.
Okay, then next question: what is terraform liquids and what do they do?
Well, if you hover over your strategic resource.
Yeah, I did read it, and I still don't get. So is it? Well, I guess it's a tool to make planets more habitable. I guess.
Yeah, hover over it, and I'll explain what the sort of quick description of it is going to.
So
tell
our
you.
bureaucratic system limits how many colonized systems we can control directly with the full efficiency. This limit can be increased by technology, buildings, and some government forms. Planets that
So that's
belong
hovering
to this...
over your. Yep. So that's actually not your strategic resource. That's just saying that you can control directly 3-star systems.
Oh, it's the one to the left.
Oh
Shit. Yeah, okay, I'm with you. Yep. There are many different strategic resources, unusually uncovered by researching technologies. Having access to a particular strategic resource will usually grant you an empire-wide bonuses. You only need access to a single unit of strategic resource for a full benefit. So excess units can freely be traded away. I see.
Okay.
I get it. So it's all making sense. So they want to get rid because they know that I've got a spare one that I'm not using, right?
Precisely.
Yeah.
Now, if you hover over the terraforming liquids that you are actually getting, it's on the far left of your circle of influence.
Yeah.
Let's go hover over that real fast.
Where is it? Where is it?
And it's going to tell us exactly what those terraforming liquids do specifically. It's on the far left of your circle of influence.
Oh my god, dude. I'm having a long moment.
It's all good.
I thought it was here. I'm really certain it was here, but it's not there anymore. I'm almost certain. It was there, and it's not there anymore.
Oh, it's because you have you select a science ship or a construction ship. Remember how those things kind of appear and disappear based on what you have selected?
It didn't work. It's not. Nothing's happening.
Let's actually go into the that space, into that star system.
Yeah, still nothing here, boy. It definitely was that. It was definitely that system. Anyway, I know it was. That's really
for
weird.
sure. Okay, so since we can't find it, I'll just tell you what it does.
Go on then.
Terraforming liquids decrease the terraforming cost by 25%.
Oh, right, okay.
Yep. There is another strategic resource that decreases that cost, as well as an ascension perk that also decreases that cost, and those are cumulative. So you could reduce the cost 100% if you had all of the terraforming stuff.
Listen, I've read a lot of stuff on terraforming, and it feels like it's something that takes an extremely long amount of time.
Yes, it does take a long time.
Okay. Oh boy. Hang on, so we should really check. So this is... Oh, okay, there's lots of different types, isn't it? Okay.
So now that we're starting to notice that our leaders are starting to die, you can see how annoying it is if your leaders are dying and you didn't have the influence cost to recruit new leaders.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
god damn, yeah, because that's going to delay everything, isn't it?
Yep. So
Yeah.
which is why it's super important to nail into people that frontier outposts. What?
Yep. What? What's up?
What is it that frontier outposts cost?
Oh, they have a maintenance cost of influence, and they
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's so beautiful.
If there's only one thing you take away from this game, by God, it's going to be that.
God, when you really zoom in close, you get a bit laggy, doesn't it? It gets a bit choppy.
It does get a little choppy, but it's super pretty.
They're fucking robots in space. What the hell, dude?
Yeah, man, those are ancient mining drones that you came across.
Ancient robots. Oh, well, this is a mining station. There's only one thing we can do as the human race, nuke it. Well, like, the explosion when it died was a little bit underwhelming.
Well, I mean, it's not like it was filled with stuff. It's ancient. Probably just fell apart.
Just like this puff of smoke. I'm gonna go there.
Oh yeah.
What's this? This is a science ship. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. We've unlocked mass drivers.
Neat.
Mineral station, Starport 4. Mechanical. Oh yeah, we're gonna go for the. We're gonna go. Oh, actually, one thing we could do. Oh my God, what's happening? Oh, I finished the research. Okay, that's good. Oh, and our scientist has disappeared. Oh no, it's not. It's just still there. It's just AFK. Okay. Yeah, that's good. We've got remove ocean kelp, remove dangerous wildlife, energy storage increasing, which is really not relevant, and then with farming subsidies.
So, hover over atmospheric manipulation.
Atmospheric. Oh, here we go. Allows us to change the climate of a planet when terraforming. Right.
Yep. So now, that gives you the ability to terraform slightly. If you have a temperate, planet, you are able to change the climate. So you can make it an arid, or you can make it like a continental. So it's kind of like a chart. You have columns and you have rows. You have the ability to, with that tech, go up and down in your row, instead of switching over columns left and right.
Right. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. I kind of see what direction this is going. Okay, food is decreasing. That's the first time I've actually seen that.
Yep, which means we now have more population than we can feed. That's not an issue until we run out of food.
Oh my God, when they start dying, they're all like dying left, right, and center, aren't they?
I mean, that's one of the problem of all of your scientists sort of having a similar age.
Yeah, I guess that's how it kind of starts at the start of the game. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yep. Okay, fair enough. Interesting.
So a couple things we'll probably want to take a look at is one, our circle of influence has really spread.
Yeah.
We can really have our construction ship start building outposts like mad. In addition, I mean, and when I say outposts, I mean mining outposts and research outposts, not frontier outposts.
Yeah, I figured that.
We might want to build a second construction ship because there's a lot of stuff that we can build now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, especially somewhere in the south as well. It's kind of easy to kind of lose track of that. Is there an auto build function?
If you hold down shift, you can queue up a bunch of
okay, I had a feeling you were going to say that, yeah. So, let me just, I feel like maybe I'm not looking at the world right. Maybe that's the problem, but when it comes to the resources, how do I know what I'm mining and what I'm not?
Anything that is, let's see if we can
visible. I know, right, I get it. Yeah, I get it. So that if there's a number below the system, that means I'm not taking advantage of it. I get it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're killing.
There is a toggle where you can have what you are looking at be green. So green numbers are what you are harvesting, and white numbers are what you are not. That would be sort of in your map filter mode on the lower right-hand corner, but that's covered up by your by your beautiful face, so I couldn't necessarily show you the right option.
Oh, I see. Oh, actually, I can see those, but yeah, they look like filters. So I'll have a look at this. I'm killing some more fucking aliens, bro. I want to kill those aliens,
Oh,
bro.
that's the spirit. That's the spirit.
These graphics are so beautiful. I want to take advantage of them. I want to look at them, you know?
Take that, ancient combat drones. Maybe next time, don't be so ancient.
God damn, dude. Very interesting.
You can really see how your destroyers soak up a lot more damage.
Yeah, died in a single puff of smoke as well. Oh no, we lost a Corvette. Oh, well,
No,
that gets replaced with.
They were the best of us.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Let me have a look. What have we got? So, it feels like as you. What's going to confuse me, and I think these questions will kind of answer itself as we go on. But as we enter like a late-ish game when almost the whole galaxy is colonized, it's like, what do you kind of do at that point? And that's going to be interesting because I bet there is an end game that makes it very fun.
There. I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay.
But this game was sort of designed around the late game initially. There was a lot of complaints that the early game, you know, you had a lot of that like sort of beginning energy, like, all right, let's go out and look and let's go out and survey and find all of this like cool unknown stuff. And then the middle game was like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Why am I doing this? And then at some point you would hit the late game and something will happen and you'll be like, oh, this is like, oh, I see what's going on here. It's like when you're reading something for the first time and you don't realize that it's going to be like a zombie thing until the first zombie shows up and you go, aha, this was a zombie game.
Yeah.
It'll be like that. Not that it's a zombie game, but that something will happen and you'll be like, oh, this was all sort of a build up to this, wasn't it?
So what was that reactor build on Betharium? Betharian?
Yep, it is the Betharium power plant. Now you'll notice you can't build that because you haven't upgraded your capital, which is now that yellow arrow instead of gray.
I get it.
Indicating that, hey, you can upgrade.
Yeah. Man, they breed quite quick, don't they? They breed pretty quick.
They do breed pretty quick.
Well, they have some crazy IVF in the future. No, it's like what do they call it? It's like the Matrix. They grow them in like tubes.
Oh yeah. So we can see here on Dave Prime that we have a lot of guys working tiles without buildings. Probably want to end up building some buildings there.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. My eyes and my brain was focused on food because that's the one I need the most. But you're right, you're totally right. Yeah, so I think what I'd do
you
is
can build that dude who's working that food tile.
Yeah,
You build hydroponic farm.
Yeah, I'm kind of just doing stuff that I need, you know.
Sure, that's not actually a problem. I would wholeheartedly recommend, moving those guys to tiles, of resources that you need. Like you have 79 minerals a month. You don't need minerals right now. Like get those guys working something else.
Yeah, I'm rich, aren't I? I'm literally rolling in the mineral.
Oh yeah, you could build an entire fleet, throw that fleet to its death, build a second fleet, throw that fleet to its death, and then build an entirely third bigger fleet.
I think I don't like the name Dave anymore. I think these Dave Home. There we go.
Or Dave.
It feels like I'm naming the computers on my network. I'm naming my network. Dave Home, Dave Prime, Twitch Prime. Yeah. Sponsored by Twitch Prime.
Oh, let's go back to Dave World. Go back to Dave Home.
Yep.
You can upgrade one of your buildings.
Oh god, those icons. Do you know, eventually, those icons will become almost like second nature to me. Like I'll see them in my sleep.
Actually, what will end up happening is as soon as you finish a tech that gives you a new building, the first thing you're going to do is go look at all of your buildings. And see
I have a feeling that was the case, yeah.
That's what happened to me, is one day it just sort of happened naturally that I'd upgrade a new power plant, and I was like, oh, thank God, I can start getting a lot more energy. Upgrade everything.
Yeah, cool. I like it. You can rename the ships as well. I don't like doing that because if they get blown up, it'll upset me. So I don't want to lose them.
When you create a race, you can actually choose a sort of naming scheme
Yeah.
depending on your race. So this typical human is UNS something. I think it's named after people, Cortez, Asimov, etc. But they have like some really weird ones depending on if you're playing like a plant race or something. It's glorious.
System survey complete.
How do I know the strength of the alien races? How do I know how big their fleets are?
When you hover over that relative power in the
Of
contact screen,
course, yeah,
one of them
yeah,
was fleet strength.
yeah. That's right, it
Now,
was.
that can be somewhat deceptive. So, for instance, if their fleet strength is less than yours, but their technology is greater than yours, they're going to have more efficient ships than you. So, it might balance out.
Okay. Oh wow, so the forest has added a bonus to research.
Yes. So, because you decided to, maybe let's figure out these wandering forests. They not only give you a society research to the adjacent tiles, but they also you get 20 additional happiness on that planet because everybody's like, oh my god, we are the Lorax, we speak for the trees.
That's right. Oh,
I do see somebody in chat asked a question if I would choose between gene or robotic humans. That is an excellent question. That is 100% contextual. In a vacuum, personally, I would go for robotic humans. They get science bonuses, genetic paths, and so gene modding, robo modding always sort of take some resources later on. They have the potential to be better than gene modding. The genes have a better potential to be better than robots, but I love the flavor of robots, so I would go for robotic.
oh yeah.
Out of 10.
Oh god, that's a good point. So like, let's go to Dave home, and oh, actually no, we have to do it on Dave Prime. So if I want to make robots, how do I do it?
All right, so if we go to Dave Prime, let's choose one of those empty mineral squares because we know that robots are awesome.
Yeah, I've done it.
Yep. Right click on that empty tile.
Yep.
And then select Build Pop.
Okay.
It would be before you choose a building.
Or I choose a building?
Yeah, so you see the upper left-hand arrow on Choose Construction. You're in a sub-menu right now.
Oh, yeah. Build pop. Le robot.
Yep, and since you can build different types of robots and you can robo-mod them to be different, since you only have one robot right now, that's the one you want to build.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the one I want to build. Let's just build it for the lols.
Yeah, let's build a robot. Also, they're immortal, so you got that going for you.
Whoa, damn. Whoa, shit, something's happening. Oh, I'm fighting those. Fighting the more amoebas. No, actually, no.
Oh.
Battleship Path of the Pilgrim.
Oh,
these are the cultists, aren't they?
Yep, you found the cultists.
I wasn't looking for them. I was just looking for something to blow up.
Well, good news. You found some red prophets that really needed blowing up.
Damn, dog.
To respond to that person in the chat who finds robotic humans OP, yeah, I think that robotics is overall better than gene modding. That's something that they're addressing. They're sort of balancing out the difference between robots, gene modding, and psionics. Psionics and robots do have some negatives that I want Dave to discover. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but yeah, generally robotics are more OP. In fact, God, why am I spacing on the word? Spiritualist psionics is also better than gene modding. It's right there with robots, but again, it has its own negatives that Dave will discover.
Ooh, I like the sci-fi.
Oh yeah, a lot of this game is sort of discovery of new things. So I've played a lot of this game. I've seen probably 80% of what it has to throw at me, And every time I find something new, it's like, oh my god, I know this will probably end bad for me, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
Some people just want to see the world burn.
Some people want to see their race turned into a completely different race. Never doubt the worm,
Oh
Dave.
shit, boys.
Never
Spoilers.
doubt the worm.
The spoilers. The spoilers.
What was will be.
Debris analyzed.
Okay. I think